Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand as Lieutenant Colonel Picklesheimer retires Master Sergeant Jensen.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, Special Order Number AC-003045, effective 31 August 2019. You are relieved from active duty, organization, and station of assignment. Retired, effective 1 September 2019, per Air Force Instruction 36-3203, in the grade of Master Sergeant. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated for the remaining presentations. Colonel Picklesheimer will now present Master Sergeant Jensen with a Certificate of Retirement, which reads as follows. Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Master Sergeant Stephen E. Jensen, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Air Force on the first day of September 2019. Signed, Melissa S. Cunningham, Colonel, United States Air Force Commander, 67th Cyberspace Wing, and David L. Goldfein, General, United States Air Force, Chief of Staff.
You both do it the same. Yeah, you're just like synchronized swimming up there.
Lieutenant Colonel Picklesheimer will now present the Certificate of Appreciation for service in the Armed Forces of the United States to Master Sergeant Jensen, which reads as follows. Certificate of Appreciation for service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America to Master Sergeant Stephen E. Jensen. I extend to you my personal thanks and a sincere appreciation of a grateful nation for your contribution of honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of the nation during a critical time in its history with a devotion to duty and a spirit of sacrifice in keeping with the proud traditions of our military service. I trust that in the coming years you will maintain an active interest in the armed forces and the purpose for which you served. Those who follow in your footsteps will draw inspiration from your commitment, dedication, and sacrifices made to ensure the protection of our American freedoms. My best wishes to you for your happiness and success in the future. Signed, Donald J. Trump, Commander-in-Chief.
Trying to change it.
That's right, yeah. You got me feeling weird about it. Don't feel weird, just roll it. It's good.
Yeah. Lieutenant Colonel Picklesheimer will now present the Certificate of Appreciation from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force to Master Sergeant Stephen Jensen, which reads as follows. I am proud to join your friends and family in congratulating you on your retirement from the United States Air Force. The achievements and contributions you have made throughout your career are indicative of the core values of our great service. Your retirement is well deserved, but your selfless contributions will be sorely missed. On behalf of all airmen, thank you for your faithful and devoted service to our nation. As this chapter in your life closes and a new one begins, I hope the years ahead are filled with more great memories and continued success. Given this first day of September 2019. Signed, Khalith O'Wright, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. At this time, Sharon Jensen, would you please join your husband up front? We would be remiss if we did not take the time to recognize Mrs. Jensen for all of the sacrifices made throughout her husband's Air Force career. The first certificate is from the Chief of Staff of the Air Force and reads as follows. In grateful appreciation, the United States Air Force presents the Certificate of Recognition to Sharon K. Jensen for the commitment and numerous contributions that have made positive impacts to the nation's defense. Thank you for the support which gave strength and purpose to your spouse's service. given this first day of October 2019. Signed, Melissa S. Cunningham, Colonel, United States Air Force, Commander, and David L. Goldfein, General, United States Air Force, Chief of Staff. Additionally, Sharon is receiving a certificate of appreciation from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. On behalf of all our Air Force airmen and their families, the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force presents a certificate of appreciation to Sharon K. Jensen. I join your spouse, family, and friends in thanking you for the numerous contributions and sacrifices you made in support of our United States Air Force. Your dedication gave strength and purpose to your spouse's service and defense of our nation. Signed, Khalid O'Wright, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. Sharon, before taking your seat, please accept the honor of pinning the Air Force retired lapel pin on your husband.
There you go.
Thank you, Sharon. You may be seated. Would Lillian and Henry now please come forward? You both are receiving certificates of appreciation for the enduring support throughout your father's Air Force career.
What you pulled out?
Their certificate reads as follows. In grateful appreciation, the United States Air Force presents a certificate of recognition to Lillian E. Jensen and Henry K. Jensen on the occasion of the retirement of your father, Master Sergeant Stephen E. Jensen, from active duty with the United States Air Force. Your unfailing support and understanding of your father's commitment helped make possible his lasting contribution to the nation. Given the 26th day of April. Signed, James T. Moore, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Air Force, Director of Operations, 315th Cyber Operations Squadron.
There you go, bud. Sir?
Master Sergeant Jensen will now receive his retirement shadow box from Senior Master Sergeant William Stone. The shadow box is filled with personal items that represent Sergeant Jensen's accomplishments and achievements throughout his career in service to our nation. Such items include medals, ribbons, duty station memorabilia, insignia, and uniform devices that indicate progression through various military ranks and specialties. The American flag flown over our nation's capital and over Fort McHenry in honor of Master Sergeant Jensen is placed inside the shadow box to symbolize his faithful service to our country. The plaque reads, Master Sergeant Stephen E. Jensen, United States Air Force, 27 May 1999 to 31 August 2019. With great honor and recognition, a grateful nation thanks you for 20 years of dedicated service. Your leadership will be sorely missed, but your contributions will continue to carry our military forward. May you always fly in clear skies. Thank you, Senior Master Sergeant Stone. You may take your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you for the first time Stephen Jensen, Master Sergeant Retired.
Well, you know, I had a speech. I had it written down. And like everything else in life, I said it somewhere and I forgot it. But that's okay. Because having been the writer of the speech, I have the option of being able to change it whenever I want. So the speech is going to be presented in 3 parts. One of them was going to be narrated. So because I don't have it, we'll have 2 parts. 2 parts is good. 2 parts is shorter, and then we can have lemonade. And Henry likes lemonade. Yep. So first and foremost, divert, change lanes, and come back, right? When I put on Mass Sergeant, there was one person that I didn't thank publicly, and she's right here, and I'm a terrible husband, and and it was just so weird. It was just such a strange day, and so thank you. First billing, that's me. Hey,
She's awesome.
Larios. Somebody
I didn't steal it.
give her a See, look, it says right there, Sharon, thank you. I wrote it. See, I'm not kidding. Colonel Moore, I'm so fortunate the Air Force saw fit to send me to Fort Meade. Thank you for your kind words and your dedication to our mission. And I appreciate all your efforts propelling us and Cyber jointly and in the Air Force forward. And I know you're going to do great things in your next assignment coming up this summer. Colonel Picklesheimer, can't thank you enough for your kind words. We've had a lot of fun. So some of you know, he's a former commander of mine, 91st.
Demon Chasers.
I did not line up my retirement date of September 1st to have anything to do with the 91st, but it's cosmic. I've had the opportunity to get to know his exceptional family, and I hope that our paths cross again, and I have the opportunity to not just call you sir, but to call you my friend. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. I read this thing out loud like multiple times. Right? One thing I didn't say is this is a major emotional event. It's like when the first grade. I didn't say it. Sometimes it's difficult, right? Reverend Cresswell, gosh, thank you for being here today, for being a part of our spiritual journey. When we were looking for a place to attend here in Maryland, I found you online. And it was your words that brought me to your church. And it's the community that you continue to build. It makes me so sad to have to leave. Thank you for being my friend and just a great mentor. My gosh. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, coming all the way up here from Langley. I hope there's at least one other thing that you could do here today that has just something, to do with taking care of somebody else.
It won't be any better than this, man.
I appreciate that. If there's folks in this room that don't know Chief Master Sergeant Blazer, you're wrong. If any of you in this room need an airman to look up to, it is Chief Blazer. Really is just, gosh, you just get it, Chief. I don't know how, I thought I understood how the Air Force worked, and then I watched how you do business, and I go, man, I'm not even using the same playbook. You just get it, and I appreciate how well you took care of us as our group chief, and how well you take care of other airmen. It's just amazing. All right, we're gonna go quick now, because we're taking a lot of time, and there's lemonade. To my family, to my mother, my sister, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, nephew, niece, cousin, newest cousin. I can't tell you how much it means that you would share this day with me. And it's been a fantastic 20 years, but it's time to go home. So I wish I could just stand here all day and thank every single one of you. I'm telling you right now, I could look each one of you in the face and find a scenario or find a circumstance where a conversation we had, a situation we had, meant something to me personally. I take it very serious to try to come up with a way to connect with people. I'm not always great at it. I'm a little rough around the edges. But there's some folks that I just wanted to discuss real quick who can't be here today. And some lessons I learned from them, and then we're gonna get on to the good stuff. So Major Charles Ransom was a crew commander and flight commander of mine, and he was killed in Afghanistan. But he was the kind of guy that if he needed work done from you, which what officer doesn't need work done from someone? He would ask you about your hometown. He'd ask you about your mom. He'd ask you what brought you here that day. And then 3 weeks later, he'd use that in a conversation with you. Hey, you were telling me about how your mom likes to knit sweaters. You know, blah, blah, blah. You know, I could use a sweater. I'm like, you sure you really want a sweater? And so this is the kind of person. So it's really, so from him I learned that it's how we connect with people is how we get the mission done. And he is greatly missed. Staff Sergeant, Tech Sergeant, Joshua Melton. Josh just passed away recently from cancer, and he was a supervisor at my first duty station. And he just had a passion for IT and networking and just crazy, stupid smart. Like, he's the one that's like, oh, I don't want to get promoted this year because my job's so great and being a staff sergeant's awesome and who needs to be an E6? I'll be an E6 later. Just like always knew that he could just do whatever he wanted when he wanted and was successful at that. And just really showed me as a young airman that it was important for me to develop a love for learning. Still working on that one, but I did get a degree. I mean, jeez. Finally is my friend Dave Harding, who also passed away from cancer a few years ago. And I stayed with him for a short time in the hotel near his medical facility. And I was cooking dinner for him, and I offered him a beer. He was like, you know, my life expectancy is probably not what it's going to be. You know, I'm really sick. And having a beer is probably not in my best interest. He's like, so I want to pass. He's like, but I want to let you know that when I move home after the service, I'm going to plant a garden. And I'm going to eat vegetables. And I went, Dave didn't eat vegetables. I mean, I'm hoping you picked up on that. He didn't eat vegetables, right? And I just wanted to say that I learned that it's never too late to reprioritize and revector yourself if you realize that you need improvement. Okay. Part 1 done. Okay? Made it through? Good. Part 2. All right. When I was a young man, and I know there's a couple, John, you already said it, you know, I'm still a young man, and I love you for that. But before I joined the Air Force, it was my job to figure out how to get a certain young lady to fall in love with me. That was my only cause in life, right? And things were going pretty well. You know, we were dating, I had an apartment, I had a job, she's going to college. And then one day she goes, look, we're having fun. You need to get it together there, pal. Because I was working at a gas station. I was 22 years old, and I was like, this is the pinnacle of who I'm going to be. You know, I was like, this is it. We're never leaving our hometown. We're never doing, you know, I'm going to work this gas station like nobody's ever worked a gas station. Well, I got fired from the gas station. You know, so it became an opportunity to look for other options, and so I joined the Air Force, and we got married, and we're here today. I joined before 9/11. If somebody can do math in public. So the Air Force was still kind of fat, dumb, and happy. So I was able to come in with a singular focus, just to make sure I could provide her the best life I could. And so, what do we have? We have, I signed a contract with the Air Force. I did what the Air Force needed me to do to the best of my ability. The Air Force gave me training and skills, room and board, and the opportunity for travel. It's funny when I think about the contract I signed and all the great ways the Air Force, what the Air Force has done for me. I came in to be a linguist, and I'm obviously not a linguist. I talk a lot, but it's not the same. So we're just going to go real quick. The Air Force says to me, hey, you fail out of linguist school? That's cool. How about you try computers? I never owned a computer, but like, hey, how about computers? So work on computers. He goes, oh, you want to re-enlist? That's cool. How about you get orders to Germany? And by the way, we're going to give you a re-enlistment bonus. Is that cool or what? And then everyone else, so when you come back from overseas, everyone's supposed to have orders. I was the one guy who didn't get orders in the entire cycle. And so I had to email the Air Force. Oh, you didn't get orders you want? Well, how about I give you orders to this new location at Langley called the Integrated Network Operations Security Center. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm like, I don't know, sounds cool. You're working there, you become really good at your job. Hey, how would you like to start up the new cyber warfare operations career field? Hey, you want to be a new 1 Bravo 4. You can be one of the first 250 of us. Awesome, sign me up. I don't even know what it means, but I'm after it. Apply for a job at the 315th, and they tell you because now you're a 1 Bravo 4, they can't hire you because their manning document is broken? No problem. 91st has a job for you. So I go down to Texas. They literally just emailed me 2 weeks later, like, hey man, want a job? I was like, yes I do. And then I said, hey, it's time to go home or be near home. I've been far away. I've been in Germany. I've been in Texas. It costs so much money to get back to New York, and my family misses me, and I miss the crap out of them. And we'll put in a basic preference. Okay, cool. Go to Fort Meade. And remember when we didn't give you orders to the 315th before? Well, here's orders to the 315th. So, you're welcome. So I can't say that the Air Force has ever done me wrong. I wish I could thank the Air Force as an entity, right? As a thing, as a person, I would give it a big hug for turning a lost young man into the person you see before you. Let's see what we're going to do first. So, for Sharon, this is the tough paragraph, this one right here, okay? I bought these flowers for you because I couldn't think of a gift. Like a material item, right? That could represent how grateful I am that you chose me as your partner. If anything, the last 20 years are a testament to my love and devotion to you. May the next 20 years be as sweet. All right, Lily and Henry, you guys are the best. You're super cool, and I love you both so very much. In fact, I love you so much that my gift for you is sending you away to boarding school. I actually want to spend more time with your mother, and I find you guys are cramping my style. Actually, what it is we've become accustomed to taking road trips between PCSs, and as we're from Albany, New York, and they're only 5 hours away, and we do that trip a lot, there is no road trip. I'm not stopping in New Jersey unless I need gas. And that's only because they pump it for you. And so, we're actually going to take a trip down to Florida to Universal Studios and go see Harry Potter and Hogwarts. 11:05? Man, we're good. Good. 11:05. It's right where I wanted to be. I have no idea.
This is where you want to be.
All right. Part 3. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm taking up a lot of your time, and I hope that. But I like captive audiences. I can do this. I mean, you have no idea. I can do this for hours. Just stand up here and just talk and talk. Like, put some slides up. Like, we can do like PowerPoint roulette. And I'm like, I have no idea what this is, but I'll talk about it. It's cool. Hours I can do this.
Do you want to know where Grace sits?
Yeah. Okay, so one last time before I depart the Air Force, I'm going to share with you what I believe may be my greatest asset. My ability to connect to people. I could be wrong, and it could be hubris. But I'm going to share a piece of myself with you today, and through it, may we be better connected. I'm going to share with you an excerpt from a speech given by Fred Rogers. That's the Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood and the trolley. So he gave this speech many times throughout his life as he became a very prolific speaker. This version comes from a college commencement speech he gave in 2001 at Middlebury College in Vermont. Who are those people who have helped you become who you are today? Anyone who's ever graduated from a college, anyone who's ever been able to sustain a good work has had at least one person, and often many, who believed in him or her. We just don't get to be competent human beings without many different investments from others. In fact, from the time you were very little, you had people who have smiled you into smiling, people who have talked you into talking, sung you into singing, and loved you into loving. So on this extra special day, let's take some time to think of those extra special people. Some of them may be right here, some of them may be far away, some of them may be in heaven. No matter where they are, deep down you know they've always wanted what was best for you. They've always cared about you beyond measure and have encouraged you to be true to the best within you. let's just take a minute of silence to think about these people now. Whomever you've been thinking about, just imagine how grateful it must be that you remembered them when you think of your own becoming. We don't always succeed in what we try, certainly not by the world's standards. But it's not the honors and the prizes and the fancy outsides of life which ultimately nourishes our souls. It's the knowing that we can be trusted, that we never have to fear the truth, that the bedrock of our very being is good stuff. So I thank you all for being here today. If during our moment of silence you thought to yourself that there was no one invested in you, or no one supporting you, or wanted the best for you, know this. I'm that person. I believe in you, each and every one of you. I support you. I want you to be successful, and I love every single one of you. You are amazing. Keep being amazing. And if you find yourself slipping, just remember that I've got your back. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Jensen. You may be seated. Now, airmen from the 315th Cyber Operations Squadron will perform a flag-folding ceremony in honor of Master Sergeant Jensen.
Yeah. I would say
It's too late, he's already out.
well, can't lose a stripe over that one, can I?
To be fair, I was warned that this one was broken, not to sit there.
Story of my life.
Master Sergeant Jensen, on behalf of the men and women of the 315th Cyber Operations Squadron, the Dragons wish to present to you what is known as the military member's most honored and cherished possession, the United States flag. The flag, which we honor and serve under, is the true emblem of our unity, our thoughts, our power and purpose as a nation. Accept it, protect it, guard it, and ever remember that the young men and women you have trained, guided, and inspired will follow in your footsteps and defend it with equal pride. On this occasion, we consider we have lost a true leader, while society has gained an outstanding citizen. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you and congratulations, Master Sergeant Jensen. On behalf of the men and women of the 315th Cyber Operations Squadron, we are proud to have served with you and wish you and your family the best in future endeavors. This concludes today's ceremony. Lieutenant Colonel Picklesheimer, would you please come forward?
Yes.
And Sergeant Jensen.
Okay, cool.
Air Force song. Please stand for the singing of the Air Force song, and following, please join Lieutenant Colonel Picklesheimer in a receiving line here in the front of the room to congratulate Sergeant Jensen and his family. Following handshakes, Sergeant Jensen invites you to enjoy lunch with fellow friends, family, and dragons.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atta boys, give her the gun, give her the gun! Down we dive, scouting our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame or go down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Shake hands. You stand here. You stand here. Here we go. In case you're not shaking hands.
1 second.